Welcome to the Central Bank Tiger pregame show. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson bringing you the action tonight from Jim Carroll Stadium. A big district matchup for two teams that find themselves on the bottom of the district standings. The last 2 weeks, I'm not going to lie, it's been tough. At Haywood County and then last week at Crockett County. The scary thing is how young Crockett County played in their place, and they could be placed in our district for 2025. But Kirk, offensively, the Tigers got off to a pretty good start early. They answered Crockett County's scores. Of course, the kicking game kind of got us in the beginning, gave them a short field. They go down and score. We have a penalty on the return, and then we just promptly go 91 yards, probably the best drive of the season. 91 yards, stick it in the end zone. And then Crockett County came back with a drive of their own. We did the same thing, got the splash play from Saunders, one of his classic runs. And then, we're in a ball game at 14-12. And then, like you said, it just seems like every time we do something really good, something bad happens. They run one back on us. But then we had a defensive stand at the end of the first half where they were down there inside our 7 and couldn't stick it in the end zone. And it's 21-12 at halftime, and you're thinking, okay, we have a little defense, maybe get something going in the third quarter. We're getting the ball back, and this could be a ball game against a really good team, probably as good a team as we played all year other than Haywood.
Yeah, and unfortunately they had two guys that could run the football, and I think those two guys were good enough. I mean, if I had to say, there were probably 40 broken tackles in that ball game where we were there in position, and get one arm, have him tied up a couple of times, 2-3 guys, and he just was good enough. Big, heavy, strong, fast guy, and ran with good body lean. He was just he had the right stuff, and he just basically ran over us. And we kind of contained him early in the game, but we talked about it. Second half, depth, getting other players involved in the game. We're not really deep on the defensive side of the ball. And he just kind of wore down some as the game goes on, and he pounded us till he broke us.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Kendall, you were on location last week, and I know you had an exciting time, but, I've been asked a lot, how's this team gotten to where they are right now, 1-7. And, me and Kurt talked about it a lot during the game last week, and then we've had a lot of conversations coming back home from being on the road. And it just comes down to really playing complementary football. The offense has played pretty well in the first half. Something happens in the second half, but our defense just can't seem to get off the field.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it from week to week. I think one of the biggest things that Kirk likes to throw out, and he kind of nails it, is you got to be consistent at executing the little things, and you have to do that over and over. And whether that's running the football, throwing the football, defensively, offensively sustaining drives, and defense getting off the field pretty quick. And I feel like it's kind of been hit or miss throughout the season. We've seen glimpses of it, over the past several weeks, but it's just something where the stars haven't aligned exactly the way we desired. And, these seniors tonight, they've got one last chance here at home to, play for a little bit of pride. And it's crazy to think that, we win tonight and then we win next week and you get one extra game. And that's something to play for, especially if you're a senior.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. We were talking off the air. This is one of those games. It's a want-to game for both teams. I mean, they know what's at stake. Both teams have the same opportunity. A win here for both teams, and then a win next week. One of these two teams could end up in the playoffs. And so this is a want-to game. A little bit about your pride and how you want to end your season. You could possibly end it on a 2-game winning streak.
Well, I mean, one thing, too, and Kendall talking about complementary football, lots of times you may have a team that can run up and down the field. I mean, you may be stacked with a great quarterback, receivers that can fly, 2 or 3 backs, good offensive line, you might be able to score 35 points a game, average. But if you got a defense that gives up 40, that doesn't help you. You know, you can't. Sometimes you can't play the kind of complementary football because neither side is dominant enough to carry the team. So, you know, the offense needs the defense to step up. They make mistakes to give up a 40-yard run for a touchdown. And the defense is needing the offense to stay on the field. They need them to give them a break because they've been out there so long. But the offense is 3 and out. So, I mean, you can't sometimes play complementary football if you can't dominate on at least one side of the ball or the other.
Well, that's the thing, too, because I was looking at the stats from the season, and this is kind of a reverse of the way it's been the last few years. But the Tigers they've given up 35 points through eight ball games on average per game, but only scoring 16. Southside has given up 21 points per game, and they only scored 20. So, I mean, they're about 50-50. But, you know, we've been used to it being the other way, 35 of what we're scoring and giving up 16 or less a game.
Well, and another thing, too, is unfortunately in high school you can't go recruit, you know, star players from different areas. And just so happened that the schedule that they're playing this year, that was done back probably 2-3 years ago. So they're playing a pretty brutal schedule against some better teams that they wouldn't have scheduled with the group that they have this year. This year they have a young, inexperienced team. We expected some of that this year. But the schedule's already made, so you have to go play, you know, Alabama and Georgia instead of playing UT Martin and Slippery Rock.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is the one win is at Giles County, and I don't think any of us here thought that would be a game that we would be in with their talent. But, you know, you nailed it when we were there. You said, you know, they're not taking us serious. They're kind of jumping up, you know, and playing around and cutting up.
Well, and it's interesting because Kirk mentioned a young, inexperienced team, and we've got 20 seniors. So it's one of those deals, too, where it's like.
Well, out of that 20 seniors, though, you didn't have
that's
a
what
lot
I'm saying,
of those
though.
starting.
Right,
you know,
right.
So, yeah, they were old, but inexperienced.
Sure.
And
that just shows you there's value in experience, though.
Oh, yeah. But, and we've said it before, I mean, you can't keep making excuses for a team that doesn't win. I mean, you always looking for answers, and I know the coaching staff has tried multiple rearrangements of players in different spots in the game and that kind of thing, but at some point in time, you're not inexperienced anymore. Now, a 3-year starter is going to know every ins and out. He's not thinking about his position. He just knows what his keys are. He knows what he's looking at. He's been out there 3 years doing it. And so, and you take a guy that's played 5, 6, 7 games. Well, he's experienced. I mean, he's been in there, you know, 7 games. He knows his job. He knows what caused him to get beat and whatnot. He's not like that third-year senior that's been playing. But you can't keep saying, in other words, he can't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again 7 games deep into the season.
Yeah, what's weird is usually a team that's got 20 seniors on it, you're looking at a 7-3, 8-2, 9-1 type season. A lot of teams, sometimes you go, hey, they haven't been really successful in some time, and then you go play them in the playoffs, like at Montgomery Central, first time they've been in the playoffs in a long time, a few years back. Well, you ask people over there, go, you know, y'all have had a pretty good year. Well, we've got 20 seniors on this team, right. You know. So, you know, the thing about this senior class, they had 19 in front of them is the thing that was really good. And just couldn't always get on the field.
You had last year's senior class that they all played. They all started.
But they went both ways for the most part.
Yeah, and a bunch of them going both ways. And then you get this group of seniors who limited time on the field. So it's a whole different – there's a whole different game there.
All right, it's senior night here at Jim Carroll Stadium as 20 seniors for the Tigers will play their last regular season home game here in the Jungle. Here in just a few minutes, the national anthem, they're getting ready. The Pride is in the north end zone. They got the big flag out in the middle of the field, awaiting that. We'll be back with more about tonight's game. We'll take a look at Jackson Southside when we return. This is the Central Bank.
Thank you for this wonderful day that you've given us. I pray that you'll watch over each and every one of our football players tonight.
Tiger pregame show. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kirk Carroll, Kendall Atkinson, Brad on the camera. And our man Robin on the scene over there, our professional spotter to the side of us. Southside comes in with a 2-5 record, wins over Ripley and a couple of weeks ago over Bolivar, but they are at the bottom of the district, just like the Tigers, as they haven't won a district game as of yet, coming into week number 9. Looking at Southside out on the field a few minutes ago, looked a lot different than the Southside I remember from the last 3 or 4 years. The look test, as far as that goes, they look big, they look athletic, they have big receivers on the outside. Talking with ex-defensive coordinator, Coach Rendell, he was up here. He's helping out tonight. He said that what film that he saw, he said if they get it outside, it could create a lot of problems with us. We're going to have to really
well, really, the only problem we've had is when they got outside.
No, he was talking about it. They throw a lot of passy zero routes and they, stuff like that. But yeah, you mentioned that, and last week you kind of focused on the linebacker play last week, and you kind of said, they're really clogging up and not playing outside. The way they want to play it, they want to play it where they run everything to the boundary.
That's correct.
Yeah.
In that,
but they don't. Everybody's pinching inside, and what that does is nobody's setting the edge out there, and so they got a free run.
Well, one of the things that I noticed is at the snap, the linebackers are almost looking like they're blitzing. I mean, they're coming up into the line of scrimmage, and if a back bounces it outside, well, now they're tangled up in all the trash in the middle of the field and have a hard time, getting back outside. The receiver's got a head start on them too. I mean, say the ball's supposed to go off tackle, and linebacker comes, flying up in that hole. Outside linebacker comes up in that hole, and your defensive end is locked up with their tackle. He just bounces it outside. Now nobody can get out there. It means your corner and your safety are the only two left on the field. And you take one like that runner last week, our core out in space with a corner and safety, they're lucky to make that tackle. So, I mean, linebackers have to be able to run sideline to sideline, and I mean all three of them. And there have been times I've seen them get tied up and not be able to come out and help on the tackle because they're caught up in that wash at the line of scrimmage.
Kendall, offensively, the Tigers, the first half, they played pretty good first halves in every game. They had a couple things happen to them in the Haywood game, but they actually played a pretty good offensive game in the first half. Something's happening in the second half that if they get down, I think that we don't believe mentality gets in there, and here we go again.
Yeah, I think that can only be it is morale, because you date back to even the Chester County game. We closed out the second half really strong and knotted things up. And I thought even the Northside game we played pretty well offensively, but Haywood's Haywood, but scheme-wise, I thought that was one of our best scheme games. I'm not exactly sure what's going on at the half when we come out. It's almost like we've ended the half with a little bit of fire to us, and then that fire kind of dwindles out, and then once we start the second half, we get, kind of lackluster when it comes to our production offensively. So that's one thing we've hoped to see all season is coming out of halftime with that fire and creating that momentum leading into the second half, hoping that we can finish the game strong. And once again, here we are hoping tonight that we can do that.
Well, one thing too, Steve, is all football at all levels pretty much now is getting to be so quarterback oriented. I mean, you look at college football now, teams that have an average quarterback have an average record. Ones that have really good quarterbacks have winning records. I mean, it's pros same way. I mean, you look at the teams that are having to play their backup quarterbacks, they're not winning. And this year, we've got a first year, quarterback. So he's learning on the fly all the time. So that's part of your offensive production is how important the quarterback can read, react, and get players in the right place and make things happen.
Well, the Tigers are making their way in the tunnel in the north end zone. The Pride has formed the T here at Jim Carroll Stadium. Other games going on in the district is South Gibson will take on Northside and Chester County at Lexington. Both of those games are important to us. I guess we'll be rooting for a win here and a Chester County win in Lexington. As a band tunes up, and here comes your Hardin County Tigers, and it's football time in Hardin County. Looking at the standings, Chester County and Northside are at the top of the standings, followed by South Gibson at 2-1, Lexington 1-2, and both Hardin County and Southside winless. If I told you at the beginning of the year that we were going to be 1-7, and with still a chance to make the playoffs, would you have believed that?
Not a chance. No.
It's kind of a weird year, you know.
I didn't think we'd be 1-7.
No, I thought 5-5. But looking at Lexington too, Lexington's got one win this season. I believe that's right. 2 at the most, but the 2 top teams over the last several years in the district have a combined win total of
Correct.
2.
Yep.
So it's been
wild
strange.
Stat. That's
Yes.
wild.
All right, the Tigers are out on the field. The seniors will be the captains for the Tigers as they'll march out to midfield for the coin toss. Let's take a timeout. You've been listening to the Central Bank Tiger pregame show. We'll be back with opening kickoff here from Jim Carroll Stadium right after this timeout. All right, welcome to Hardin County Football. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson bringing you the action tonight from Jim Carroll Stadium. The Tigers won the toss. They elect to take the football here first. So the Tiger offense will be on the field. And kind of surprised by that, or want to put them on the field or see if we can get a quick score on them?
I would say quick score. Try to get things going offensively.
Appreciate everyone tuning in on 93.5 FM, WKWXFM.com, the WKWX app, or if you're watching live on our YouTube stream, Slice 93. Final regular season home game tonight as Jackson Southside in town. They're in black pants, white shirts, and a white helmet. Tigers in their home maroon pants, maroon shirt, and their maroon helmets. Senior night here at Jim Carroll Stadium. 20 seniors playing their last regular season football game here. As Southside approaches it, kicks it off, and White will take it at the 10, 15, 20, 25. He'll be hit there and knocked down short of the 30, right around the 29-yard line. That's where the Tigers will start it. First down, 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Coleman comes out, sophomore quarterback for Hardin County. He took over third game of the season. He's been there ever since. Of course, Jacob Saunders, the tailback. Outstanding tailback for the Tigers. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. They're going from the north to the south. Here's a snap. Throw over the middle, complete to Ruddle at the 35, moves to the 40, up to about the 44-yard line, and that'll be enough for Hardin County Bank, 1st and 10.
Well done, well executed. Caught the ball at about the 8-yard mark, right in the zone. Carried it for another 5 or 6 yards. That's what you like to see.
So now he'll send Wyke and Ruddle to his left. 1 receiver here to the near side. Saunders will stand to the left of Coleman. Shotgun formation. Here comes Ruddle in motion near side. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Jacob, trying to get outside. Got 1 block. Now he turns the corner at the 45, at the 50, and he's going to be run out of bounds close to another first down in Hawk territory at the 44.
You know,
I think it's enough. It is. It'll be another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10.
You know, I called him the streak when he ran that long touchdown last week, and he really is. I mean, he really can jet when he gets out in the open field. And like we talked about, I don't know anybody that's caught him from behind. I mean, he's that fast.
Now they'll scrimmage on this near hash. We're on the west side of the field. 2 receivers right and left. White comes in motion. Straight drop. Coleman looking, under pressure. He'll fire, complete to White. Good catch. And then he'll lunge to about the 40-yard line. So White came from the right side and just ran a drag across the field, and a good job by Coleman. He stood in the pocket, had a little bit of pressure coming at him before he released it. Pickup of about 6.
Offensive line giving him, you know, enough time. That's a good sign too.
2nd down, 2nd and 4. Here's a snap. This time they'll give to Saunders up the middle. Has a little bit of running room. Takes a couple of Hawks for a ride close to the 36-yard line. He's going to be about a yard short for the first down. So that'll bring up our first 3rd down play. 3rd down, 3rd and 1 at the 37 of the Hawks. As Tigers took the opening kickoff, they started this drive at their own 29. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now a hard count by Coleman. Looks over to the sideline. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Jacob again. Tries the right side, and this time nothing there. He may have picked up back to the line of scrimmage. That time they collapsed over there on their left side of the defensive line. That brings up a 4th down.
Oh, man.
So it'll be 4th down, 4th and 1.
I'm laughing at the officials, you know, really close. It's right there close to the first down. And umpire never went out to where the spot actually was, just placed it where he thought was the right spot.
Well, they got it spotted at the 37. Looks like we need the 36 for the first down. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. Here's a snap. They'll give it up the middle. He's hitting the backfield. Now breaks the pack at the 35. He's at the 30, inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers. He got hit right at the line, Kirk, and then spun out of that tackle.
Yeah,
and picked up some extra yardage.
He doesn't need a big crease in that line, and he saw it and accelerated through that, and that little one hand on him couldn't bring him down.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Tigers at the Hawks' 28-yard line. 8:55 to go here in the first. No score. Here's a snap. Saunders again, right up the middle, this time on the right side, and he's going to go across the 25 to the 24.
Good run. Offensive line's winning right now.
Pickup of about 4 on the carry, so it'll be second down, 2nd and 6 to go for the first. Wyke, Smith, and Ruddle now spread out to the left. 1 receiver here to the near side. Saunders, he stands to the left of Coleman. 5-man front for the Hawks. Coleman in the shotgun formation. Now he'll send Saunders out to his left. Looking. He's going to pull it down, take off running. And he's going to be stopped at about the 26. A loss of a couple. That time he should have just hung in there a little bit longer. He fled out of there as soon as he saw pressure. Didn't really give it time to develop.
I think he's wanting to throw it to Saunders, and they went out with Saunders, and he was covered. He wasn't going to be able to throw it out there, and I think it changed his mind about what he wanted to do.
Third down, 3rd and 7 from the 27. A loss of 2. Straight drop. Looking. Fires to White. Complete. Turns upfield. He's going to be knocked down about the 11, and that'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They'll spot it around the 12. So 1st and 10 from the 12 of the Hawks. This drive started at their own 29.
Yeah, looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, they've had it for about almost half of this first quarter. Coleman firing into the end zone. He's got White into the end zone. Touchdown, Lamarion White. Good throw on the fade route, and the Tigers strike first. That's a good throw.
Yeah, you're talking about the opponent, and then we're going to learn more about them as the game goes on, but that's the best they look all year. That's the best drive, most efficient that I've seen them. Good job.
So Coleman hits White on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Aketsa in to kick. Ruddle to hold. Here's a snap. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. It's going to go wide left, and that was a thing at Crockett County. So it's 6-0, 7:20 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
So 10 plays, 71 yards, and Aiden Coleman connects with Lamarion White from 12 yards out to give Hardin County an early 6-0 lead.
Man, what a first drive. I think, 4 first downs in that first drive?
Yeah, and took off a ton of time when it comes to the clock.
7:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think we went all year and hadn't missed an extra point try until last week, maybe one. The new holder, our old holder is hurt, not playing, and they hadn't worked too well together so far because that's 3 misses in a row.
So Aketsa will kick it on the turf, bounding around. It'll be taken at the 20-yard line. He's going to be hit as he goes across the 30 and then pushed backwards. They're going to give him the 30, maybe the 31. So the Hawks will come. The Hawks offense will come in. Their first time to touch the football here in the first quarter. They'll have it first down, 1st and 10.
Kendall, you know
32.
You know anything about their offense?
Well, their quarterback's not really going to beat you down the field. They got really good wide receivers on the outside. And it's like Coach Rendell told Steve, if they get the outside edge, we could be in trouble.
Got good speed.
Yep.
Well, they got one guy 6'6", 205 on the outside.
Number 18 or 15. They're both tall.
So now they'll go 2 receivers right and left. Here goes a man in motion. Here's a snap. They'll pitch it to him on the jet sweep, trying to get outside. He does, turns the corner, and he's going to be hit close to the first down.
We've been susceptible to getting beat on that jet sweep. Teams, like we talked about, you know, linebackers get tied up inside, not getting outside to help on the jet sweep. And team kind of exploited us. I'm sure they've seen that on film.
That was Weldon on the on the carry. Gavin Stewart, junior quarterback, 6'1", 170 for Southside. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's a snap. They'll give it to the tailback, try in the middle, and he'll bounce it outside. And this time he's caught from behind. Probably got right back to the line of scrimmage at the 40.
A lot of bodies. I think that was Adams that got to him. A lot of bodies were out there helping on the tackle, too. That's a good sign. You always want to see them chasing the football.
Weldon on the carry for Southside. So that'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Hawks. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Weldon stands to the right of Stewart. Now he fires. Complete over the middle, bobbles it, and he's going to be knocked down inside the 20-yard line. And we had a bust out there somewhere.
Yeah, the ball was so underthrown that he had to actually stop his route and wait on the ball to get there, and he was so open that he could stop, catch it, and then take off running before we had anybody that could get to it.
So 1st down for the Hawks as they move it inside Tiger territory at the 15. 2 receivers right and left. Stewart. Now they'll give it to the inside receiver on the jet sweep. He's going to be hit and knocked down. That's Lamarion White on the tackle. Also, Rodriguez come up and made him bow it out, and that gave Lamarion a little bit of time, and he knocked him back to the 19, a loss of 4 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 14. 5:33 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers on top, 6-0, but the Hawks are inside the red zone, knocking at the door. Stewart in the huddle. Now he'll send 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Greer now in at tailback to his left. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Greer. Looking for some running room. Nothing there. Chris Rodriguez meets him at the 20-yard line. Drives him back. They'll give him the 20. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 15. A loss of another yard on the play.
A lot of bodies getting out there, Steve. There's been times we haven't seen that many help on the tackle, and we've had several of those where we've got 4 or 5 guys getting there helping out. And that looks really good.
4-man front for the Tigers. Now they'll go trips to the left. They're going from the south to the north. 1 long receiver. He's looking that way. Fires into the end zone and way over the head of his intended receiver.
Stewart's pass incomplete.
That was Stokey on the coverage for the Tigers.
Stokey on the coverage.
Quite a bit of height advantage on Stokey.
And 15.
Yeah, I think they were trying to exploit that. Quarterback likes to really throw it up high, I guess because of their size. They can high point the ball. And 6'5" versus 5'8", that may be a pretty good
I got 3 of them, too.
So that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 15 at the Tiger 20-yard line. Stewart brings them to the line. Here's a snap. Rolling to his left. Rolling. Fires into the end zone, and it's going to fall incomplete. As he just tried to body up Lamarion. He's got quite the size on him, but the ball was thrown wide and out of bounds. And the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 after the Hawks turn it over on downs.
Complimentary football.
Yep, you said it.
He tried to post him up in the
Sure
end
did.
zone. Did you see that?
They're incorporating basketball into this.
Yep.
I remember that receiver at Brownsville would do that. He would post up in front of you and then high point the ball. Whoever behind it just couldn't get to it. I mean,
So the Tigers will take over 1st down, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line this time. Shotgun formation, 5-man front by the Hawks. Here comes Ruddle on the jet sweep. Cuts it up the hash mark.
good blocking.
And he's going to be knocked down as he picks up about
77 had the blindside movie block on 25 for Southside.
That's Murphy. He had a really good game
My
last
goodness,
week.
That's a big young man, too.
Coach Seaton was talking about him last week, how well he played. So everybody 2nd down, 2nd and 3. Pick up a 7 on the carry. Here's a snap. Saunders trying to get outside. He does at the 30, 35. Then he's going to be driven and knocked out of bounds. Actually tackled out of bounds. Thought about reaching for his flag, but he let it go. That's on the Tigers sideline.
He grabbed at it.
Yeah. We didn't, well, we got a flag on the field. So let's see as they sort this out. They're looking over to our sideline. I don't know what they're wanting the football. He was over here talking to Coach Seaton. And I guess it's against us. They're going to walk it off. So holding against the Tigers, and that'll move it back to the 17.
Second down, 14 to game.
So 2nd down, 2nd and 14 now after the penalty, back at the 16. 4-man front for the Hogs. Now Coleman's just going to keep it, and he breaks the seam at the 25. He's at the 30, 35, 40, and knocked down just shy of the 45. That was just a straight run by Coleman. He took the snap, put it under his
1st and 10.
arm, and took off.
Had a tight end and 2 receivers on the same side, and they really cleared out a great lane for him to get to. And we've seen him, too, you know, at times show some really good spurts where he picked up explosive plays like that one.
That's enough for Hardin County Bank, 1st and 10 from the 43. This time, Aiden's going to keep it, and he probably should have given it. And he's going to be knocked down back at 39. That wasn't a good read there.
Met in the backfield by Ellison.
Saunders looked like he had the outside. So to bring up 2nd down, 2nd and about 14 yards to go. This is kind of way it's been all season long. Step forward, a couple of backwards. Now they'll go 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far side. Well, now he'll empty the backfield and send Saunders out to his left. So they'll go trips left, 2 here to the near side, empty backfield, 3-man front for the Hawks. Here comes Saunders in motion back behind Coleman. Looking, fires, got him open at the 50, makes the grab, and then jumps out of bounds. It's going to be close to
Great
another
pass.
1st down as they move into Hawk territory at the 47.
That's a touch pass there. That's a really good ball.
That's enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10, I believe.
Oh, they're showing 3rd down.
Well, wait a minute. This guy over here is thinking it's 1st down.
I think Alex asked for a time a measurement.
It's close.
The ball is in front of where the marker is.
That may be why he asked for a measurement.
Timeout.
Well, if it's in front of it, what's there to measure?
Well, they're behind it. You know, in their mind, we're short.
Oh, man.
So now they're talking about it. Now they're going to get a measurement. The white hat is thinking, I don't know what he's telling that guy. He said, we didn't really want to measure this, but we will.
See, it should have been measured where he went out of bounds if they thought it was close.
So they'll put it down, and it's going to be close. It will be a first down. So he was right. He got better eyes than
If we can tell it, it's in front of the marker from up here.
We're 50 yards away from
yeah,
it.
he's got better eyes than the other official.
Well, I mean, if it's close like that, he should have held his spot on the sideline. They should have brought the chains all the way across the field and measured it.
So it'll be a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10. 1:56 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 our score. Tigers on top. They went 71 yards to open up the game.
There we
Here's
go.
a snap.
Well,
Straight drop.
he is
Looking. Fires over the middle. He's got White. He was tripped up. There's no flag.
They were in the neutral zone.
That's what I thought was going to be called.
He fell forward a couple of feet. He had to be in the neutral zone.
Yeah, White got tripped up right at about the 20-yard line. He was breaking free. No call there. They were in the neutral zone. No call there. And now
he's
what are
lost
we
the
doing?
spot. Oh, my goodness.
This group acts like they hadn't worked together before. It's like
Second down, 2nd and 10. Coleman trying to get outside. He's got some running room. He does. He cuts it up at the 45-40 and then runs out of bounds. Had one man to outrun.
You're always faster when somebody's chasing.
right. That defender was on wet ground. He was on dry ground.
This time they're not even going to think about it. They're going to give the Tigers a first down. So it'll be a first down. Hardin County Bank first down for the Tigers at the 37-yard line of the Hawks. Tigers started this drive at their own 20.
Yeah, after getting a turnover on down, they're playing good ball.
Now they go tight formation left. Here's a snap.
Good play.
They give it to Wyke on the inside. Cuts it up the middle of the field at the 30 down to about the 25-yard line.
Inside reverse.
White on the carry.
And that'll be enough for another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10.
Set a Hardin County first down.
So it'll be first down at the 26-yard line. 1:10 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 our score. Tigers on top. Southside got it deep in Tiger territory, and then a couple of penalties and a couple of good plays defensively held them. Now, here's Coleman. He's going to pull it down right up the gut at the 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 10 and spun down around the 8-yard line. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 on the quarterback draw. That was a good play, too. Good call at that time.
I think that's all on him. I mean, he saw green grass out in front of him, just broke the pocket and took off, and kind of feeling his oats. He's not looking inexperienced right now.
So it's 1st and goal from the 8. 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers left, one here to the near side. Saunders, the tailback, to his left. Here's a snap. Saunders trying the right side, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Maybe lost a yard on the play.
Saunders on the carry.
Yeah, that got blown up before it ever got started. Had somebody get penetration there and really didn't have anywhere to go or nothing to do.
Well, the clock runs down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Hardin County leading after 1. 6-0 our score. You listen to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back. At the Jim Carroll Stadium, senior night here at the old ballpark. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson bringing you all the action right here on your number one sports station, Hardin County 93.5 FM. Tigers have it. Second down, second and goal from the 8, leading 6-0. Shotgun formation. Saunders, right side, bounces it outside, turns it back at the 5, fighting for the goal line, pushing forward. The Tigers say they have a touchdown, and now the officials say it. Touchdown, Jacob Saunders. Good tough run there by Jacob. And the Tigers go 80 yards.
And pandemonium reigns.
Now they'll go for 2. As they'll lead the offense out on the field. So Coleman will line them up. He'll send Ruddle and White to his right. Here comes White. Now he'll roll to his right. Looking. Fires into the end zone. It's going to be intercepted. He kept trying to wait for somebody to come open. They were in a 2-man route on that side. And then he came under pressure. And the 2-point conversion is no good. And the Tigers lead at 12-0.
Looked like White was trying to run an in and out, post corner type route, and they didn't bite on it. They had coverage on. That's who he was looking at. And White really wasn't open, and he couldn't find anybody else.
So the Tigers will kick it to the Hawks.
You like that call?
I think we kicked the extra point at that point. If that's what you were asking me, or the particular play.
Well, I mean, if you kick the extra point, which he's missed 3 in a row, and that may be playing on their minds too, but you're only down that 1 point. You can always go for 2 later in the game if you score again. So I think I would have tried him one more time. If he missed the 4th one, I'd probably not kick at all. I'd have everything geared towards the 2-point.
Roderick Ross back deep for the Hawks. Aketso will kick it. He'll line it down. Or set it down. He's 40. 12-0 our score. 11:52 to go. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to hit. He's going to catch it on the ground at the 12 or 13-yard line. That didn't work out well.
There's 23 things he could have done different from that. Yeah, I mean, that was bad. I mean, the kick was in front of him. He was coming up going to try to catch the ball. It was really a great kick to run back. Peter just run full speed and caught it while he had his momentum, but he stopped and the ball, he went down to catch it and laid on the ground on top of it after he caught it. So he's automatically down.
So Stewart in at quarterback, 2 receivers left to the right, 4-man front for the Tigers. Straight drop, looking. Fires over the middle of the field, and it's going to be off the hands of Grimes. He wasn't even looking, but by the time he did turn around, the ball was already there. Yeah, he was.
If he would have been looking, that would have been a big play for them.
So it falls incomplete, and it'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10.
Those seam routes like that, he just ran, he's just running a 9 up a seam, and your safety's got to come up and make a play. Safety he's free. He's reading the quarterback. That was just a read all the way. Safety's got to come up and be in your face on that.
Now they'll go 2 receivers to the right. Here comes a jet sweep this near side, breaks a tackle, and then he's going to be knocked down by Stokey at the 21.
Good individual tackle out there. He was able to kind of get his shoulders squared up there. And
they'll knock him down at the 22-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and about 3 for the first down.
Big play here. We get a stop, and they have to punt. We'll get good, field position. So
Stewart brings them to the line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left to the right. 4-man front. Here's a snap, straight drop. Looking left, fires, complete. As they gave him the first down marker, laid off of him as Ruddle on the tackle.
Good enough for the Southside first down.
That's too easy.
Welding on the reception for the Hawks, and that'll be enough for a first down up to the 29-yard line. So first down, 1st and 10 south side. Stewart brings them to the line, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Four-man front for the Tigers. Straight drop, looks, fires, and it's going to be complete at the 35, and he's going to be knocked down at the 40-yard line. Heck, we gave him a 14-yard cushion.
Well, they're going to throw that until we stop it.
They're playing.
That'll be enough for another first down. Head on the tackle for Hardin County. 2 easy throws there, 2 quick first downs after we had them pinned back deep on 3rd down.
Well, and see, that's recognition. That's down in distance. It's 3 yards. He's throwing the ball. You can see that set up, pass block. You got to make that move and come up.
Stewart fires again, complete, same pass pattern. Same pass route at the 45. And now Adams into the game. Rasback will come out. They'll put in another linebacker. Pick up a 6 on the reception. 2nd down, 2nd and 4. Stewart fires again, and I think it's going to be complete. Yes, complete to Nettles this time as he makes a sliding grab inside Tiger territory at the 47-yard line. That'll be another first down.
They're going to have to come up and challenge. He's just.
Well, the only way they're going to beat you deep is if they run by our defensive backs.
9:20 to go. Tigers on top, 12-0. But the Hawks are driving. 2 receivers to the left, 2 here to the near side. Greer, the tailback, stands to Stewart's right. 4-man front for the Tigers. Straight drop, fires. That one's tipped, and it's complete. And it's going to be knocked down at the 35. That was Parker Gerald on the coverage. And now it looks like we got a Tiger player hurt. Enough for another first down, and we do. We have an injury out on the field. Let's take a quick timeout. You listen to Hardin County Football on 93.5 FM. So the injured Tiger was Parker Gerald, and he walks off under his own power. First down, 1st and 10, south side at the Tigers 32, 8:57 to go here in the first half. Tigers on top, 12-0. 2 receivers right and left. Stewart, straight drop, looking left, looking, and now he'll overshoot his intended receiver at about the 5-yard line.
See, that's dumb on their part. Well, I'll not say it like that. That sounds condescending, but, we're playing soft coverage out there on that corner, and he tried to run a stop and go. Well, we were already 8 yards off of him. We weren't going to break on the ball for the stop and go, so it was covered all the way.
Same formation, 2 receivers right and left. Stewart in the shotgun formation, tailback to his left. 4-man front by the Tigers. Straight drop, looking left, fires. Got a man down at the 5, and it's going to go over his head. and falls incomplete. He was looking for a flag. He's not going to get it. That's
Hey,
Welding.
quarterback made a bad mistake then. They had their wide out 5 yards downfield, just standing there with nobody within 10 yards of him, and he threw the covered guy instead of the open guy.
Yeah, he tried to get Welding down the sideline, and that brings up third down, 3rd and 10. Now they're going to go trips to the right.
There's just no way that outside linebacker can get to that wide out if he runs a hitch.
Here's a snap, looking right, fires, and it's going to be intercepted, I believe. They're fighting for the football. Who are they going to give it to? They're going to give it to the Tigers. That's Lamarion White with the interception. The ball was tipped up in the air, and a good heads-up play as Lamarion battled Weldon for the ball, and he'll come out with it, and it'll be Hardin County's football at the 21-yard line on the turnover.
I was afraid, a simultaneous catch with both guys equal possession of the ball, it goes to the offense. And their guy had a hand in there, but I think Lamarion had both his. I think he had more ball than the other guy did. Defense stepped up again.
So now Carter Pigg will come in at tailback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. They're going from the south to the north end zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Pigg. He's met at the 21. He's going to be knocked down there. That time they won that one.
Nowhere to go. I mean, he was totally unblocked coming off the edge.
Pick up of about a yard to the 22. 2nd down, 2nd and 9. 7:33 and counting here in the first half. Tigers on top, 12-0. They've stopped the Hawks twice deep in Tiger territory here in the first half.
They try to post a score here.
Coleman, straight drop, looking, fires, complete at about the 29, and Lamarion just battles his way across the 30 to the 31. That should be close to a first down. Maybe a little bit short, maybe a yard.
Or 2.
They spot it right. Well, they had it at the 31. Now they move it back to the 30. So that does make it 3rd down, 3rd and a long 2 from the 31.
Steve, we got to correct that. It's Lamarion. We got corrected. It's Lamarion.
In basketball, he's Lamarion. So
well, it's football.
Tonight he's Lamarion. Here's Cohen. And he goes to about the 32 on the keeper. Maybe, I can't tell. Is that enough for a first down? It is. A Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
Good hard nosy run there to crunch out that first down.
So first down, 1st and 10 at the 32. Hardin County's 32. 6:49 to go here in the first half. Tigers up by a couple of scores. They've missed a couple of extra points. Well, missed a 2-point conversion and an extra point. Now they'll go 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking right, fires to White, and single coverage, and he's going to be knocked down. Here comes a flag, almost intercepted. The ball pops out of Weldon's belly when he hit the turf, and they may get him for pass interference, as it looked like he kind of dragged him down. It will be pass interference against the Hawks, so the Tigers get a break on that one.
Good coverage if he hadn't offended. They were running side by side, toe to toe.
That was Matheny, on the coverage for Southside. So that'll be enough for a first down on the penalty. It'll move the ball up to the 47-yard line, where the Tigers will have it first down, 1st and 10.
Plenty of time, 6.5 minutes.
Coleman in the shotgun, looking, fires under pressure, trying Lamarion again. This time he makes the grab at the 20, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Man, what a great throw and a better catch by Lamarion White.
Good throw. Tough throw across the hash.
Yeah.
Deep down the right side of the field. Great catch.
Well, he ran a good route because he left himself some space on the
Yeah.
sideline. I mean, he could veer away from the defender and still not be out of bounds. He almost scored. He tiptoed there to try to stay in bounds and couldn't do it. But he's shown that all year. He's a good receiver.
That's a Hardin County Bank first down at the 14 of the Hawks with 6:14 to go here in the half. Ruddle right, Lamarian to the left. Coleman fakes a handoff. He's going to keep it off the right side. He gets popped right about the 11-yard line, pickup of about 3.
You know, we talked about the young quarterback running. He kind of runs upright and opens his chest and stomach up to being hit pretty good. And the more he takes like that, the lower he'll get at contact.
So Wyke out here to the near side. They're going from the south to the north end zone. Ruddle to the right. They're scrimmaging from the far hash. 5-man front for the Hawks. Second down, 2nd and 7. Straight drop, looks left, fires. Here comes a flag. It's going to be, what is it? The whistle blew.
Did he not blow it dead?
He blew it dead. Well, he blew it dead.
Offside. I mean, what are we doing?
I heard a whistle.
I did too.
And they were just kind of playing around. He didn't come out on the field and was telling the official what it was, so they just took off running down the sideline. But that will come back. So are you saying the mechanics are bad in this game, Kurt?
Everything.
So it will be offsides against Southside. That'll give us 5.
Mechanics.
Oh, gosh.
Knowledge of the game.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. Have you ever seen that happen? Where they're telling them to run? I mean, other than.
Well, I know one thing. If you have an inadvertent whistle, a lot of times the official that inadvertently blows it doesn't want to admit it, and he kind of hides. And in that situation, an inadvertent. But he should have just been blowing it just crazy, loud, nonstop till the play ended.
Second down, 2nd and 2 now from the 7 of the Hawks. Here's a snap. Pig. He's just going to lower his head at the 5, bulling his way close to the goal line. They're going to spot him at the 1.
See,
a hard run.
And that's an example there. You saw him get down.
Yeah.
You know, he
Lower
got in a
pads.
real strong run position. He got up over his feet and got low, and it's harder to tackle, man, when he's down there not giving you much area to hit.
So 1st and goal from the 1. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Pig again, right up the gut. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Good job.
So the Tigers build their lead to 18-0 with 4:40 to go.
Well, you know, from what we've seen, I don't have a lot of praise for Jackson Southside. They're really not playing just highly aggressive football. But regardless, it's the best offensive execution we've seen
Absolutely.
this year. I mean, all the way around. Best by the
Now
coaches.
they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Man goes in motion. That's Hardin to the right. Rolling right is Coleman. Looking, fires underneath. Hardin turns to the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good. So our new score with 4:40 to go here in the half. Hardin County builds its lead to 20-0 over the Hawks. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 7 plays, 79 yards, and a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Carter Pig, and a 2-point conversion good to Heath Hardin, and that extends the Tiger lead to 20-0.
Yeah, it's the best execution we've seen. Game plan's been good. They mixed up their running pass. They've been successful at both. They run inside, outside. They kind of kept them off balance. The offense has looked really good, and the defense has gotten 2 big stops in the game and helped the offense out, got them the ball back.
Ketsa will kick it off. Here's a low end-over-end kick being chased down. He lets it go, and he better pick it up. He does.
He stepped out of bounds, I thought.
He stepped out of bounds several times, but now they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 17. I think he stepped out of bounds at the 3.
We know who to kick it to.
Yeah. He don't know if he wants it or not.
Yeah, it's like he's wanting that ball so bad to go out of bounds, and he was just dying down there on the 2-yard line. He was just begging it to go out of bounds, and it just died. He had to pick it up and run it.
Well, you know, it happened to Lamarian last week on the kickoff where it hit. He thought it bounced in the end zone.
Right.
It just died.
Yeah, on that turf.
Yeah, at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that was the softest turf I think I've ever seen because every punt and every kickoff, when the ball hit the ground, it just went and died.
So it's first down, 1st and 10 Hawks at their own 17-yard line, trailing 20-0 here in the first half, 4:32 to go. Now they're running a player on late. They'll go 3 receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side. 4-man front for the Tigers. Greer, the tailback. Straight drop by Stewart. He'll flare it out to his inside receiver. He runs into one of his own players, still on his feet, and then gets knocked down. White was there, spun him around. And then a couple other Tigers over there on that side knocked him down. Pick up of about 6 on the pass and run. 2nd down, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, he didn't get out of bounds. That's good. Clock still running.
Stewart from the shotgun. Quick throw, complete, 1st down, and he's going to be knocked down out of bounds at the 31. But easy pass and catch. And another Southside Hawk, 1st down. Stepped out of bounds. Clock stops with 3:42 to go here in the half. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. Greer, the tailback, to Stewart's left in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Looking, flares it out again. It's caught in the backfield, looking for some running room. People are just reaching and grabbing, and finally he's going to be blasted from behind. That's Townley on the tackle.
Tackle with authority.
Mm-hmm.
Good hustle. He kept working his way back to the middle field, and that's dangerous because that's where all of our big cats are.
Tackle made by Reed Head. 2nd down, 9 again.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 9, a gain of a yard. Ball at the 32, their own. Looking. Stewart. It's going to be tipped. Is it intercepted? That's Hardin. And they're going to say no. He trapped it, said it hit the turf. He tried. He tried to convince them. But it falls incomplete. Somebody got a big paw on it. I don't know who it was. It's on that left side. Might have been Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's either him or –
so it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 9. Clock stops at 3:02 here in the half. 2 receivers right and left now. 4-man front. Stewart shotgun, straight drop. Looking to his left now under pressure by Johnson. Oh, and he just
don't get the ball.
Go get it. Well, now here comes a penalty. They blew it down. I mean, he just turned around and threw it to nowhere land.
Oh, my goodness.
They're going to call a hold on them, I think. Or I don't know.
Tayshawn was all over him. He said, forget this.
Illegal substitution is what he's holding up.
I'm just going to throw the football. You ever seen that? I mean, he just absolutely threw it backwards.
He threw it to the end zone.
I was looking at what I thought was going to be a hold, but I really think it was a trip. And then they had illegal substitution, and then he throws it. I mean, that's.
They're having a conversation out there about what it is.
That was better than what I saw at the Hardin County Fair.
I've never seen anything like that before. I honestly, I've seen a quarterback just get on the ground, but not once that.
There were times when I wanted to do that.
I bet there is.
You just didn't think about it.
No.
You know, when you're running lateral and backwards as fast as you can to keep from getting sacked, it's kind of hard to.
Well, and when Tayshawn's the one running after you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to get your shoulders up to where you can throw it anywhere.
So they're talking to Coach Seaton about it, and
He
I
doesn't
don't know.
like it.
He doesn't look like he's happy about it. So let's see what they're going to call.
Oh,
They're calling a penalty on us.
What?
What is he calling? Well, they mark it back up here at the original line of scrimmage. So what is he calling? Coach Seaton takes a timeout.
I don't know.
They don't want to talk about it. I don't know.
No,
What are
they've
what are
created
talking
chaos here tonight.
They're saying it's third down. The pass was thrown backwards. The flag came in after that.
He may have thought the ball got batted backward by us because
Well, it should be fourth down, though.
it would be fourth down if that's the case. But they called a penalty. I thought he
He had never really said what the penalty
well,
is.
he put his arm across his chest like a illegal substitution, but they marked off 10 yards. I don't know what.
2:53 to go
Oh, my
as
goodness.
they continue to talk to Coach Seaton. We'll find out in the morning if you tune in to Sports Talk. I want to remind you, your Sports Saturday starts in the morning. We coach to coach at 8 a.m. Following them, it'll be me, Kirk, and Kendall, and Coach Seaton at 9 a.m. for Sports Talk. So I don't know that Coach Seaton is satisfied. Not exactly sure what happened there. But anyway, they're going to have the ball, and it's going to be third down.
I don't
even know what the call was.
Yeah, I don't even.
So now they got it 39. They get to replay the down. Here's a snap, straight drop. Stewart looks, fires, and it's going to be incomplete as Stokey on the coverage. Now it's fourth down. And now it looks like they may want to punt it away.
It's going to be fourth down.
Let's stop the clock. We got two timeout. Well, it's showing
timeout.
three,
Well,
but
two. Yeah,
I
we got
thought we
two.
called one, didn't we?
Yeah, we just did. So anyway, after all that,
What do they say? Ball don't lie.
yeah, I mean, unbelievable. So now it's fourth down, 4th and 9. Back deep is White. He's standing at his own
I mean,
39-yard line.
This situation here, if I'm White, I really want to return this ball because there's, little time left in the game. You got a chance to break it.
Timeout taken by the Tigers.
Now we got another timeout, and we had too many men on the field. So Coach Seaton takes a timeout,
We only have 12.
and the Tigers will take the timeout with 2:48 to go. Let's take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back in 30. All right. Got all that sorted out. Now it's fourth down with 2:48 to go. Tigers on top 20-0 here in the first half over the Hawks. And I'm not sure what just happened. We'll try to get an explanation. at halftime. Stay tuned for the Central Bank
They ran a
halftime
fake.
report. They're going to run a fake. Centers it over everybody, and now the punter is going to be knocked down at the 22-yard line. He was going to try to snap it to the up back, snapped it right over his head. He touched it to the punter, and the Tigers are going to get it. First down, 1st and 10 at Hawks' 25-yard line on a mistake. And why in the world they wanted to do that there, I have no clue.
Their body language is not good. I can't figure out why.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Tigers at the Hawks' 32-yard line with 2:22 to go here in the first half. Saunders in at tailback. And now we got another stoppage in play.
They got to put more time up there because they let the clock run.
So now we got a that guy's
He's doing the same thing. He's putting his arm up across his chest. See that?
What does that mean?
That's
I think
illegal.
I think he's got
Either that or he's having
heartburn.
chest pain.
That's a super.
may need to get EMT down there.
I don't know.
That's a substitution infraction. That's the signal for unless it's changed.
3 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. Here's a snap. Coleman looking in the end zone, fires into double coverage, and that's going to be pass interference.
He got him.
As they knock White down in the end zone.
That's another good throw right there. I mean, he was covered, but quarterback throws it in the right spot, and only White was going to be the one that gets to it, and the boy just basically tackled him before the ball got there.
So surely they won't have to sort this one out. 19's turning around and going, I didn't do anything. That's Melendez on the coverage.
It's going to be half distance to the goal.
And so it is pass interference against the Hawks.
What's half distance of 26, 25 and a half, 26 yards? Be 13.
Yep.
About where they're going. I couldn't ever been an umpire. I couldn't have done the math.
So it'll be a first down on the penalty. First down, 1st and 10. Coleman right up the middle at the 10. He's at the 5. He's got one man to beat. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Hardin County.
Good run.
Aiden Coleman, 12 yards out on an outstanding run. He had one man to beat at the goal line. Just took it to him. Now they're saying he didn't score.
Yeah, they put the ball on the 3.
Yeah,
How
they scored.
We got her.
How did they put it on the 3 when he went into the end zone?
They're
Are we
saying
going
we
for-
scored.
I thought y'all said he didn't score.
Robin did. He's crazy.
The lights are.
The lights messed him up.
They'll try a 2-point conversion. Here's a straight drop. Looking. Coleman rolls out, and he's under pressure, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Golly, get us out of this first half. 2:19 to go. Tigers on top, 26-0 over the south side. Hawks. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yeah, these bright flickering lights probably may be having suicidal thoughts.
I was like, what? He scored for sure.
I already
I was
did.
confused.
Well, the referee said this. That usually means touchdown.
Well, I looked down and I heard, well, he didn't score.
Well, that's Robin. Robin was having flashbacks with these lights. Robin, you're not feeling like dizzy or...
Scoring drive, Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 2 plays, 25 yards. Aiden Coleman punches it in from 12 yards out. The 2-point conversion was no good, and that extends Hardin County's lead to 26-0.
So 2:19 to go here in the first half. And the Tigers capitalize on the mistake by the Hawks as they try to fake punt. And unfortunately, they centered it over everybody. Tigers capitalized. Ketsa kicks it away. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line, at the 15.
He's quick.
At the 20, still on his feet, 25, still on his feet to 30. Then he's going to be grabbed from behind.
He's little.
Knocked down. That's Carter Pigg.
How tall you think he is?
He's 5'4", 5'6", excuse me.
Yeah,
145 pounds.
If there ever was a jitterbug, he fits the bill.
First down, 1st and 10. From the Tigers' 34-yard line, they'll have 2:12 to work with here in the first half.
What's the main thing here, Steve?
Keep it in front of you, buddy.
That's right. Anybody get beat deep right now, they ought to have to run.
They'll go 2 receivers
50
left,
miles.
2 to the right. Stewart in the shotgun formation. Greer, the tailback, to his left. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Quick throw. Complete at the 39, and he's just dragging a Tiger over there to the 50-yard line.
You can't give up 20 yards on a
That's
on a
Riley
5-yard
Head.
hitch.
Riley Head on the tackle for Hardin County. Now they're running people on and off. 2 receivers to the left. Now they're going to have to call timeout because we can't get lined up. And Coach Smith, defensive coordinator, he's having a come apart over here. Wants to talk to his defense, trying to get everybody settled down. We were running players on and off the field.
We didn't have 12 out there. They was a little confused.
All right, timeout, 1:51 to go, 26-0 our score. You're listening to Hardin County Football 93.5 FM. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. 1:51 to go, 26-0 our score. Tigers on top. First down, 1st and 10 from the 50. Stewart, straight drop, looking, going to set up the screen. He completes it, and then he's going to be knocked down immediately. Good play there by Adams.
Wasn't a good play by the offensive line that was supposed to be blocking downfield. They were sitting there looking at the receiver. So was our defense.
That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 8, a gain of 2 on the play. 3 receivers to the right. Fires complete at the 50-yard line, breaks the tackle there, and now he's going to be knocked down by Hardin. That's Stokey and Hardin out there in coverage. And now Southside will take a timeout with 1:06 to go here in the first half. 26-0 our score. We'll take another timeout with you. As Southside takes the timeout, we'll take a timeout. 1:06 to go. 26-0 our score. We'll be back right after this. To Jim Carroll Stadium. We're about 1:06 away from halftime. 26-0 our score. Hardin County on top of the Hawks. Hawks have it 3rd down, 3rd and 8. Stewart in the shotgun. Here's a snap, straight drop. Looking left, fires left, and it was almost picked off. Good job there as he read it all the way. That's Saunders.
They got Saunders in the game. Make sure
that time he broke on the ball, almost had the pick. If he'd have got it, that would have been the end of that.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was a house call.
So that'll bring up 4th down. Clock stops on the incompletion with 1 minute exactly to go here in the half.
I like that. House call.
Stay tuned for the Central Bank halftime show, also the Tiger Report.
Kendall got to see the University of Tennessee beat Alabama, didn't he?
Sure did. Still trying to get my voice back.
They pipe in all that noise.
That's
4th down, 4th and 8. Stewart, straight drop, looking. falling under a little bit of pressure now. Rose to the left. He's going to be
Atta
caught
baby.
from behind. Chris Rodriguez. And the Tigers are going to be back in business offensively at the 37-yard line. Now Stewart down on the field. Rodriguez got him from behind and may have pounced on him.
Wow.
And he's still down on the field for the Hawks. They may have had the breath knocked out of him.
Man, they're getting a lot of football in for 3 minutes.
Boy, you're not kidding. All right, let's take a time. Well, let's see. Looks like they're going to get him. Okay, yes. He's up.
They landed on the ball.
Yeah. So Stewart will walk off the field. May have got the breath knocked out of him. The Tigers have.
We got plenty of time.
Yeah, got plenty of time.
No timeouts.
52 seconds to go. No timeouts, exactly. Ball at the 37 of the Hawks. Coleman.
Tell you what you don't do here is you don't run.
Coleman brings them to the line. He'll send 2 receivers to his right, 3 here to the near side. Empty backfield. 5-man front for the Hawks. Coleman, straight drop, looking in the pocket, under pressure now, and he's going to be sacked. You don't want to do that either.
Can't do that.
No. It's Cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Clock still rolling.
Bates on the tackle.
I don't know if we had anybody intermediate for him to throw to.
No.
Looked like we were running
Clock still rolling.
odd 9.
Approaching 30 seconds. Now they go 3 receivers left, 1 to the far side. Here's a snap. Quick throw to White. Gets it at the 40s, at the 30s, at the 25. Needs to get out of bounds.
That'll stop the clock, though, first down.
They're about the 22. Now they're going to have to hustle up. 18 seconds to go. They may want to clock it right here. That'll be a Hardin County Bank first down for the Tigers. They will clock it now.
No, there's a player down for Southside.
Well, they need to give us 3 more seconds.
Yeah, and they'll go over and check on him. He's on this sideline. Let's take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, the injured player for Southside is Melendez. He'll have to trot off the field. Probably maybe got the breath knocked out of him. That was on this side. We get some more time put back on the clock. 19 seconds to go. First down for Hardin County. Empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 here to the near side. Here's a snap, straight drop. Looking, trying the wheel route for Saunders. He makes the grab at the 5, and then he falls to the turf.
Spike it.
That's enough for Hardin County Bank first down. Now they'll have to come up and spike it real quick. They get lined up, and now they'll clock it with 6 seconds to go.
That's the hardest spike I've ever seen.
I mean, when he clocked it, he clocked it.
He spiked it.
That was a goal line. That was a goal line spike.
Changed balls.
I mean, the ball went 6 feet up in there.
So 6 seconds to go here in the half. Tigers may have one play.
We hadn't had to practice this hurry-up offense, so this year.
Try to get it into the end zone.
We've executed it well, though.
Yeah.
3 receivers right, 1 here to the near side. That's White. Single coverage. Here's a snap. They're looking that way. Over the middle. Complete. Touchdown. Lamarian White. Man, what a good throw. What a good route. What a good catch. And the Tigers strike again with 2 seconds to go on the clock. They lead at 32-zip here in the first half.
That was a great 2-minute drill. I mean, they look like they've done it before and they hadn't.
So they'll try the 2-point conversion again. We hadn't made a conversion yet after a score.
I mean, 32-0. This is like we died and gone to hell.
2 receivers right, 1 here to the near side. Saunders the tailback. Here's a snap. Coleman fakes a pitch. He's going to keep it, and he tries to get into the end zone. We say he's in. They're saying he's not in. He pops up out of the end zone, but the two-point conversion is no good. 2 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. 32-0 our score. As the Tigers.
Got some life.
Yeah, they got a gift, too. A couple of gifts here late by Southside down here deep in their own territory. So the Tigers will kick it to the Hawks. The Hawks are doing a lot of walking around right now.
I think they've lost quite a bit this year. What's their record?
Well, they've won 2. They're 2-5.
Yeah, they haven't won a lot either, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we've seen some of that on our side when another team gets up on you, and they just kind of play defeated. And they just probably hadn't won enough. You know, that was the deal, is what makes somebody a winner. And the only thing that makes you a winner is winning. If you hadn't won, it's kind of hard to know how to be one.
So Ketsa will line it down at the 40-yard line, right in the middle of the field.
They've taken out the little jitterbug that was back there and put Mercury Morris back.
And now Saunders will go over and say something to Ketsa, and I would dare to venture that it means don't kick it deep. Kick it on the ground. 2 seconds to go here in the half. It's been the longest 3 minutes of a half or a quarter. And he does a line driver. It's going to hit at the 10-yard line. They'll pick it up there, trying to make a move to the outside. Clock's going to go to 0. He'll be knocked down to 25. The first half will end there. Hardin County, a big first half here in this big district matchup. 32-0 is our score. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a Central Bank halftime show when we return. You're listening to Hardin County Football on 93.5 FM. Jim Carroll Stadium. We're at halftime, 32-0 is our score. Let's take a look at our first half scoring, all by your Hardin County Tigers.
Hardin County wins the toss. They elect to receive, and they go 10 plays, 71 yards. Aiden Coleman connects with White from 12 yards out, and the extra point was no good. That puts Hardin County up 6-0. Jackson Southside then takes 7 plays before turning the ball over on downs. On the ensuing drive, Hardin County goes 11 plays, 80 yards, with a 9-yard rushing touchdown from Jacob Saunders. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good. That puts Hardin County up 12-0. And then Jackson Southside, they go 10 plays before White comes up with a huge interception, giving the ball back to Hardin County. And Hardin County goes 7 plays, 79 yards, with a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Carter Pigg. The 2-point conversion was good to Heath Hardin, and that puts Hardin County up 20-0. And then Jackson Southside, they go 6 plays, and they attempted to run a fake punt, but with a bad snap, Hardin County takes over before going 2 plays, 25 yards, and Aiden Coleman takes it in from 12 yards out. The 2-point conversion was no good. Hardin County extends their lead to 26-0, and then after another quick turnover on downs, Hardin County then strikes pretty quick within just minutes of the half, and they go 5 plays, 37 yards, with a 6-yard touchdown pass to White, and the 2-point conversion was no good, and that's where we stand right now, Steve, at half, 32-0. But overall, I mean, what a first half of football for this team, and it's something we desperately needed.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we talked about in the pregame show, this was a game of who wants it more, who wanted to. There's still a lot to play for these two teams going in this last couple of weeks. And, you know, they finally put it together. Kirk Coleman, a little bit different tonight. We seen him kind of get better and better at times. Usually in the first quarter or two, he'll press a little bit, start firing some fastballs, but he's actually thrown the ball really well tonight. It's had some touch when he needed to fire it in on his slant routes, just like the one we completed at the end of the first half. He's done that as well and run the ball pretty well as also.
I think one of the things is you only won one game, and you're playing against a team that you know, you watched them on film, and they're not just – I mean, they're not going to be a lot better than you. And I think there's a lot of pressure been taken off of them because they haven't won. I mean, what? Let it all hang out. Let her go. And that's kind of the way they started. I mean, the offense came out whipping the ball around. They were throwing it on target. Everybody looks like they're playing looser with more vigor than I've seen in the other games. And part of that is you can play fast when you're loose and you're confident. And offense just looked like a different animal, and then the defense steps up, gets a couple of turnovers, 3, I think, turned over on downs, and
had a pick.
Had a pick,
yeah.
And it just everybody. I mean, this is what we've been wanting to see all year, and both sides of the ball playing good, the winning line of scrimmage. Really happy for that group of kids right now because they really need it.
Yeah, Kendall, I don't know what's going on in the locker room, but I'm sure whatever it is, Coach Seaton is probably going, okay, we played some good first halves. Now we got to come out and finish it.
Yeah, I guarantee you that's what he's talking to him about because there's no doubt that Southside's going to come out and display a better performance than what they have here in the first half. You know, it boils down to before the game started, we talked about complimentary football, and I think what we've displayed right here in this first half is about as complimentary as it gets.
Well, we talked about the schedule, and to be honest, some of those throws that they've thrown on, on the little hitch routes, the little zeros where they're just throwing it out to the wide out, and he's got 6, 7, 8 yards cushion. In all honesty, we've played teams, if we'd have done that, those guys would have scored.
Sure.
And, I mean, so we're playing against a team that's more on our athletic plane, and it gives us a chance to be more competitive because a lot of times these teams that we've had on the schedule, you throw a ball in there's 5-yard space, there's nobody going to touch it before they get to the end zone. And they're just those good of teams. So that's one aspect of it. But like you said, win 2 in a row, and you're in the playoff.
Yeah, exactly. All right, the Pride is out on the field. We're at halftime. 32-0 our score. Hardin County on top of Jackson Southside. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, all right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium here in the jungle as the Pride is out on the field performing for the home crowd. It's senior night here at Jim Carroll Stadium. 20 seniors playing their last regular season home game here at Jim Carroll. And not only just football players, cheerleaders, dance team members, band members, all being recognized tonight. It's time now for the Tiger Report.
On Tuesday, the Lady Tiger bowling team defeated Dyer County 27-0. High games were Aubrey Garton 216, Addie Alcott 193, Chloe Steely 191, and Libby Bromley 190. The Tigers also defeated Dyer County 23.5 to 3.5. High games were Wade Daniel 221 and Tyler Screws 216. On Wednesday, both bowling teams defeated Lawrence County. High games for the girls were Addie Alcott 225, Libby Bromley 221 and 204, Caitlin Woodard 206. High games for the boys were Peyton Napper 246 and 231, Camden Morris 210, Wade Daniel 206, Hayden Ditto 200. On Tuesday, the bowling teams will travel to Broughton for a 3 o'clock match. Tiger basketball is right around the corner. They will tip off for the first time on November 16th for Tiger Madness. Their first regular game of the season will be on Tuesday, November 19th, when they will travel to Scotts Hill. The first home game of the season will be on Friday, November 22nd, when Central Alabama will come to Michaela Welch Gymnasium. Next Friday night, the Tiger football team will travel to Lexington for their last regular season game. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it out to Alamo, be sure to tune in right here on K93. I'm Caroline McGowan for Tiger Radio, signing off.
All right, great job, Caroline. Good to see you up here. Hadn't seen you in a while. Where were you last week?
I was actually out of town. I was in Tupelo.
We had a ball game.
I know, I'm sorry.
All right.
I had to be out of town, so.
Oh, you had to be out
Yeah,
of
so I
town?
could get ready to leave for fall break.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, appreciate it.
Thank
Great job
you.
as always. We'll see you
Never.
or somebody next week.
Maddie.
Maddie? Okay, so I never know who's coming up here.
We alternate.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it for the Tiger Report. Great job as always. The Pride is completed their halftime performance. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium as the Hawks make their way back onto the field. The Tigers are making their way onto the field as well. 32-0 here at halftime. And, Kendall, we were talking off the air. Tiger offense, they've been kind of, well, not kind of, they've been rolling here in the first half. I'm sure some of it's who we're playing. But as we were talking about it over there, you still gotta pitch it, you still gotta catch it, you still gotta tackle.
Yeah.
And they've done a good job with all those, and you still have to run it.
Well, that's it. I mean, you just got to keep your foot on the gas here in the second half. I mean, we saw it pregame, and even during the first half, they've got athletes on offense, and they can, they're destined to bust a big play, and so I feel like the mentality should be the same as it was the first half when we go into this second half.
Well, here's the thing. They like throwing the football. I mean, it's been mostly pass. I think they've run it, I don't know, probably a handful of times at best. Haven't done well running the football. We've done a really good job on both sides of the line, controlling the line of scrimmage. And but they like to throw it around, and they've got a quarterback that can throw it. They got some big receivers. We've been giving them a lot of room. What we don't want to do is, as they get the ball to start the third quarter, is give them a big pass play. We give up one big pass play. We ended up stopping them, or they stopped themselves, really. But other than that, we've just kind of kept everything in front of us and not let them get behind us.
Yeah, our defensive line has done a great job, pressuring the quarterback, and our linebackers have done well containing the run, especially limiting bounce out to the edge side or to the edges when it comes to the run game. I mean, the only kind of vulnerability expressed in the first half was kind of the cushion we were giving their outside wide receivers, and so hopefully we continue to take that away. And like I said, we just kind of we float off of one another when it comes to the offensive and defensive sides of the ball there in the first half.
I want to remind you in the morning, your Sports Saturday starts at 8 a.m. with Coach to Coach. Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis will get your Sports Saturday started off with a look at the SEC. Some big games in the SEC tomorrow. So we're excited about my college football viewing tomorrow. Yeah. Big game on tonight. A little bit later on.
Yeah,
late night tonight. Yeah. Anyway, and then following them, it'll be Sports Talk at 9. Me, Kirk, and Kendall will have Coach Seaton in. We'll talk to him about tonight's game and get you set up for a Halloween matchup on a Thursday night next week, a Hardin County Lexington football spectacular. That'll be next Thursday night, and if things go as they've been going so far, may just be playing for a playoff berth, both teams, next week. So, anyway, Tigers on top. We got another half to go before we start counting our chickens. 32-0 to score. Hardin County on top. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back with the second half kick when we return. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson. Brad on the camera tonight. However it is you're tuning in or viewing Hardin County football. The Tigers lead at 32-0. Aketsa puts it down, puts a foot into it. A high end-over-end kick taken at the 12. At the 20, 25, he's going to be hit there and knocked down. Here comes a flag. That was Adams on the tackle.
Got to be.
Also Rodriguez.
What do you think here? Face mask?
I don't know. So we got a flag and holding.
All right.
So holding on the return. Now to march it back 10 yards back to the 14-yard line where they'll have it first down. First and 10 from the 14. So first down, first and 10. Here's a snap. Quick pitch underneath. It's going to be Weldon. He's going to be hit,
Ooh.
and then he's going to be
goodness.
rocked by Ellis Smith as Stokey had him.
Stood him up, and then Ellis finished it. Heard that from up here.
Yeah. Stokey not a very big fella, but he'll stick his head in there.
Yeah, he's one of
He
those.
doesn't shy away.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to not play hard. I mean, he's just it's in his DNA.
Pick up a 4 on the catch by Weldon. Shotgun formation. New quarterback in the game. See who that is. Winds up, fires, incomplete at the 25.
It's going to be one of their wide receivers, Steve.
That's Grimes, sophomore quarterback, 6'4", 205.
Bad throw. He's wide open. He had first down throws there.
They
So-
are around the clock.
It'll bring up third down.
They run,
Third and
they run the
6.
clock at 30.
I thought it was 35.
I thought it was
35 too, but it didn't stop for that incomplete pass.
Well, anyway, 9:37 and rolling. Grimes in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers right and left. 4-man front for the Tigers, straight drop. Looking, fires. It's going to be complete bobbling around, and then he'll haul it in at the 30-yard line. That's their big receiver. Green is a junior, 6'3", 210. He's a big young man, and that's a first down.
I mean,
That's about-
you've really got to have good coverage. You can't see wide receivers. And, you know, talking about Stokey and Head, they're just – they come up to about their waist.
First down, first and 10. Grimes looks over to the sideline. Now he'll huddle them up.
What gets me is how much cushion they're giving on in the secondary.
He'll send 2 receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side, tailback to his left, 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. They'll give it to the tailback, and he's going to pick up some running room. Razback and also Heath Hardin on the tackle. But Greer picks up about 7 yards. So that'll bring up second down. Well, 6. Second down, second and 4. As they spot it out at the 37-yard line. Tigers on top, 32-zip here in the third. Grimes, shotgun formation. Here's a high snap. Greer's going to catch it,
Good
and he's
play.
going to wish he didn't, and the Tiger defense was all over that one.
I would like to know if that Greer that's on their team related to Jabari Greer that was so good, went to Tennessee, played for the New Orleans Saints.
Reed Head on the tackle for the Tigers. That'll bring up a third down. Lose a yard on the play back to the 34. Third down, 3rd and 7 for the Hawks. Grimes starting here in the third quarter. Stewart was the quarterback in the first half. I don't know if he's injured or what. He was looked like he had the breath knocked out of him earlier, and now here comes a flag.
Somebody moved.
Yep. False start on the Hawks, and that'll move them back 5 more.
Crowd noise got it.
That'll put him back to the 29.
I know what, he doesn't have any trouble seeing over the offensive line.
Who, the quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the same one that was in there.
No, this
No,
is a sophomore.
I think he got banged up.
He's
Starter.
6'4". This guy here is. 3 receivers left, one here to the near side. Greer the tailback to the right. Here's a snap, straight drop. Looking left, now he'll flush out of the pocket. Fires, complete at the 40-yard line. It's going to be shy of a first down. Weldon on the reception.
I'm sure they're going for that.
So it'll be 4th down, 4th and about a yard and a half. Grimes brings them to the line. Tigers get set up, 4-man front. Here comes a man in motion near side. And now
He did not jump across. He did not jump across there.
Hardin jumped, but like they said, you heard, he didn't go across the line of scrimmage, and they threw the flag real quick. I don't know who's grading this officiating crew, but
This official that's on this side, closer to us, we can watch, but he's not very astute.
first down, 1st and 10. Here's a snap, jet sweep near side. That's Welding. Now he'll turn the corner, and he's going to be hit and knocked out of bounds. That's Ellis Smith on the tackle. And Ellis
felt
comes
that
up.
one.
He's hurting.
He was running sideways back out there on the field.
Yep. Pickup of about 5. 2nd down, 2nd and 5. 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers up 32-0 over the Hawks. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right and left. Here's a snap, straight drop. Looking left, fires, and he's going to be popped up in the air and intercepted by Rasback, and he's going to run it to the 45, down to the 38-yard line. That ball was deflected up in the air. Rasback comes down with it, and Hardin County will have it 1st down, 1st and 10.
Yeah, you still got their ball, too.
At the 44.
Good for him. He does still have their ball.
So the 2nd interception for the Tigers tonight, 3rd turnover for the Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, good job. Had to go, bad throw. He had to go up and got his hands, but we hit him while he was in there.
Here's a snap. Saunders trying to get to the right side, and he does, and then he'll just run out of bounds as he goes inside the 40. They're going to spot it at about the 38-yard line, a pickup of about 4 on the carry. 2nd down, 2nd and 6. Coleman looking over at his offensive coordinator. Now he'll send 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. This is White here near side. Saunders, the tailback, to the right of Coleman. He's going from the south to the north. Now Ruddle in motion near side. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders, trying to get outside. Has a little bit of running room outside at the 35, at the 30. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 26. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st down.
That running clock's not helping Southside either. I mean, they had used up over half the quarter on that drive, and they had just barely gotten to the 50-yard line. If they scored, it would have cut that clock off. It would have gone back. But
So they'll spot it at the 36, or excuse me, the 26 of the Hawks. 1st down, 1st and 10. Man in motion, White, far side. Here's a snap. Rolling that way is Coleman. Under pressure, fires, and it's going to fall incomplete as he was hit right as he released.
yeah, good throwaway on his
Yeah,
part.
he didn't have anybody else either.
Yeah, Wyke had they even finished his route, but he was not going to have any time. Instead of taking the sack, he got rid of the football.
Yeah, there's a safety over the top, too.
So they'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 26 of the Hawks. White and Ruddle to the far side. Smith here to the near side. Here's a snap, straight drop. Now he's going to pull it down. That's Coleman looking for running room. Spins off a tackle, and he's hit at the 25, driven backwards. They'll give him the 25, a pickup of a couple. So that'll bring up third down, third and long.
3rd and 8.
Third down, 3rd and 8 now for the Tigers at the 25 of the Hawks. Coleman in the shotgun, 2 receivers right and left. Here's a snap, low snap, rolling to his left, looking, fires, and he's going to fire wide and incomplete. Trying to get Lamar in over here at the 15-yard line, just threw it wide of him. It was tight coverage anyway, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He's kind of exclusively seeing White. I mean, you can tell he looks for him, and for good reason. I mean, White, they're probably their best receiver. And
4th down, 4th and 8. Now he'll empty the backfield. He'll send 2 receivers to the right, 2 here to the near side. Looking over to the sideline to get the play. Now he does.
We're going to have to call timeout.
It's winding down, and yep, Coach Seaton sees it. He'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him. 39 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Tigers on top, 32-zip. You're listening to Hardin County Football, 93.5 FM. We'll be back in 1 minute. .39 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Tigers have it 4th down, 4th and a long 8 at the 25 of the Hawks. Empty backfield, shotgun formation. 2 receivers right and left. Now man in motion is Saunders to the right. Here's a snap. They look to flare it to him, throw it over the middle of the field, and it's going to fall incomplete as Korb was the intended receiver in double coverage, and that time I think Cohen just threw it away.
you know that little sit-down route that they ran earlier in the game where they run just basically a hitch, and they had that. If they had broke him off, they were all giving him a lot of cushion. If he could have broken that off and come back to the quarterback, all they needed was 9 yards.
So the Tigers turn it over on downs. The Hawks will have it at their own 25-yard line with 34 seconds to work with here in the third, trailing 32-zip. Grimes in at quarterback. He started the second half for the Hawks. 2 receivers right and left. Here comes a man in motion near side. They'll hand it to Greer, trying to find some running room.
Great play.
Nowhere to go. Still on his feet, though, and he's getting banged around.
That's getting bodies there, though. There's 6 guys out there helping on that tackle, and that's what it takes. And we hadn't seen that as much in the earlier games, and it's why the defense is kind of motivated, fired up, and playing good.
Yeah, Head is credited with the tackle. I think Rasback came up, hit him first. He just kept fighting. He loses a couple of yards, or gained a yard. Second down, 2nd and 9, and that's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, Hardin County 32, Southside nothing. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football 93.5. We move to the fourth quarter. Hardin County 32, Southside 0. Been a while since we said that. Been on the opposite or the right side of that number.
Say it again.
32-0, fourth quarter. They played well tonight, both sides of the ball. Grimes will bring them out. Second down, 2nd and 9. Man in motion. Grimes looking to the right. Slant. And, man, right in the hands of Hunter Adams. Boy, he's seen.
Yeah. He saw the end zone.
Yeah. He had visions. Couldn't haul it in. And that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 9. Stewart went all the way for the Hawks in the first half. Now Grimes, the sophomore, is taking over here in the second half. 2 receivers, right and left. Greer, the tailback. Here's a snap. Straight drop. Fires on the out route. It's going to be dropped. Had to dive back for it. It was underthrown. And then fell to the turf. And that'll bring up a 4th down. They'll punt it away. So a good defensive stop after the Tigers turned it over on downs by the defense. And the Hawks will kick it away. Back deep. Will be Mario. Nickname. He's been called Lamarian, now Mario. And he's even been called Luther.
Yep, now.
Man of many names.
He's had a great game tonight.
Yeah, he has. Back deep. Just a junior. He'll be back next season for the Tigers. So the Hawks will punt it away from their own 11. Here's a snap. It's a good one. No pressure. He'll get it away. A knuckleball type kick. Mario will take it and ask for a fair catch at the 45, and the Tigers will take over there. First down, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Clock's been running here in the second half. So, Ben White will come in the game at running back. 2 receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side. Coleman in the shotgun formation. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Ben. He'll pop it outside, has some running room, cuts it back into the grain at the 50-yard line into Hawk territory.
Something out of nothing.
Yeah. Pick up about 7 on the carry. Second down, 2nd and 3 from the Hawk 48. So that's probably the end of the night for Jacob. He's had a big night for Hardin County.
Yeah.
Been involved a lot in the run game and pass game tonight.
Yeah,
Gonna miss him.
all the guys that were expected to be good look good tonight.
Coleman in the shotgun. He'll give it to Ben White again. Has some running room, spinning around at the 45, down to about the 42-yard line. That'll be enough for a Hardin County Bank first down at the 42 of the Hawks. Now the Tigers just putting the run game together and letting them big boys up front.
They got some new linemen in.
Yeah, they do.
Daniel McCarty, Austin Strickland. Once this play unfolds, I'll try to get some more names out.
Coleman taking his time and looking over to the sideline. White, the tailback, to his left. 2 receivers right. That's Ruddle and White. 1 receiver left. 5-man front for the Hawks. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Ben again. Now this time right up the middle of the field at the 40, inside the 40 to about the 38.
Another 5-yard. Good run.
And Toby Kinney. Those are the new linemen in right now.
So that'll bring us, well, if we got a penalty, we do have a flag out there, probably in the area of holding. So that'll march it back inside Tiger territory at the 49Y, Kirk. You're an official. Blowout game, clock running.
Oh, you have to ask that expert crew out there. I don't. Unless it was really blatant, I'd probably
Let her go.
not call him much unless it's dangerous.
So it's second down, 2nd and 20 now. Ball spotted at our 49. Under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Tigers in command, 32-0. Two receivers to the right, one to the far side. White, the tailback. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Ben. Looking for a block. Now tries to bounce it outside. I believe if he'd cut it back off his block, back to the inside, he'd had a lot more running room. Chose to bounce it out. He gets hit and for no gain.
You know, as the old saying is, you get north and south as soon as you can get north and south. Those north and south runners plant that foot and cut it upfield because it's better to get 3 yards than to lose 2.
So third down, 3rd and 20 now for the Tigers after the penalty. Coleman will send 2 receivers left, one here to the near side. White, the tailback, standing to his left. 3-man front. Here's a snap. And this time Ben's going to be knocked down in the backfield. Another loss of about 3 yards. And the Tigers will have to punt it away. I think this is only our 2nd punt of the night, if I'm right.
I don't know if we punted once.
May not have.
No, this is our first punt.
I stand corrected.
Well, you've got Lamarian down correct now. I mean, that.
Well, our first 5 possessions, we scored.
Now you got to work on the Maliada.
Here's a snap. Pig under pressure. He'll get it away. I think it was tipped. Anyway, they get away from it. Takes a Tiger bounce inside the 30 down to the 27. Let's take a 15-second timeout. You listen to Hardin County Football 93.5 FM. All right, 4:30 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Tigers on top, 32-0. Stay tuned for the post-game show, sponsored by Central Bank, coming up immediately following this game. Also, your Sports Saturday in the morning starts at 8 a.m. with Coach to Coach. Get caught up on all the SEC action. And then Sports Talk at 9. Me, Kurt, and Kendall will have Coach Seaton in. He'll talk about tonight's game and what's ahead next week. I think we can go ahead and talk about it. It'll be Hardin County and Lexington on a Thursday night. Here's a snap, and he'll hand it off to his tailback. Has some running room going down the sideline at the 50, at the 40, and he's going to be slung out of bounds at the 35. But depending on what Lexington does in their game,
I'll try to find a score for you, Steve.
with Chester County will depend on what's on the line. I think they've got one district win, so I think that game right now, regardless of what happens on that side, will be for a playoff berth, believe it or not. First down, 1st and 10. Now they'll go 2-back set on either side of Grimes. He'll hand it off to his tailback, and he's going to be hit, knocked down at the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
Speaking of holes, I think I saw one in the
Yeah,
backfield.
Tigers got a whole new defensive line out there now, trying to get a lot of players in. They haven't been able to do this much this season.
Yeah, I'm proud for this bunch of boys to get this win. They needed to get that.
Yep.
They needed to earn something out of it.
Grimes fires it deep into the end zone. That's got to be offensive pass interference. They don't call anything.
Pretty good defense. Just let them run up your back.
Yeah.
Not let them by you.
Pass is incomplete.
Steve, I need to inform you now, next week, I will not be here. You will have to.
You're not going to be here on a Thursday?
Oh, that game's Thursday next
Yeah.
week? Never mind.
I knew you were going to try to come up with something sneaky.
Well, we're going to watch McKenzie's coaching. I haven't got to see his team play.
Their team's really doing well this year.
Yeah, they're 2 games worse than we are.
Here's a snap and a quick throw at the 25, complete down to the 20. I think. Let's see where they spot. You think it's one place, and then they'll move it back a yard or two. They'll spot it at the 21. 1:38 to go here in the game. Yeah, we'll be in Lexington next week for Halloween night with the officiating crews that have been limited. Every team in our district has had to play at least one Thursday night game, and it'll be our turn. Here's Grimes. Fires, got a man open, and he'll go in for the score. Touchdown, Southside.
No cheers for that.
That's Weldon on the reception.
Grimes to Weldon for the Southside score.
And the Hawks finally get on the board with 1:13 to go here in the game.
Hawks were favored by 12, so we beat them and covered the spread.
What betting service was that on?
Quick pick parlay card. The Friday night.
That Friday night pick 6.
Yeah. Poppy's barbecue.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't mentioned that tonight because they informed me this morning that they're closed this weekend for vacation.
Well,
So don't go over there and play the pick 6 this weekend.
There you go.
Here's a snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:13 to go here in the game. 32-7 our score. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be all right, back at Jim Carroll Stadium, senior night tonight for 20 senior football players, plus band members, cheerleaders, and dance team members. So big night here, as this will be the last regular season home game, no matter what happens next week. As if the Tigers were fortunate enough to get a win next week and get that 4th spot, it'll be on the road. Now they're expecting an onside kick, and they're lining it up on the far hash. 1:13 to go, 32-7 our score.
The hands team. We don't have extra men.
So they'll line it down on the far hash, and let's see what they do. Here it comes, and the Tigers get it, and they set on it right at the 50-yard line. And that is Corb Smith.
Kick is fielded by Corbin Smith.
Corbin did the belly scoop on that.
Back first and 10.
He had to go a long way to get down on the ground because Corbin's about 6'5".
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 for Hardin County, as they may get a 1 play off, maybe 2 with this running clock, but I doubt it. This may be the last play of the game. Stay tuned for the Central Bank post-game show. We'll get you on all the scoring plays in this game, get you ready for next week, and tell you what's ahead for your sports Saturday. Here's a handoff to Ben White, hitting the backfield
Ben White on the carry.
and knocked down. Well, no,
Tackle made by
I was fixing to say I thought the running clock would be off, but they're going to.
There's somebody wearing flag-colored shoes out there. I thought 3 or 4 times I saw a flag,
Yeah, I see it over there now.
and it was their
It
shoes.
looked like pink. 47 seconds to go. This should be the last play of this game. The Tigers are going to get their second win on the season, their first win in district play. They'll improve to 2-7 on the season and 1-3 in the district. Here's Ben White again. He's going to be swallowed up and knocked backwards.
I don't know who's blocking their number 50, but he's about to take the handoff on every play.
So that'll do it as the clock is winding down, under 15 seconds to go. Stay tuned for the Central Bank postgame show. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. The Tigers get a big win, 32-7, as the Hawks scored late in the game, and quite the performance by Hardin County, best of the season so far on both sides of the ball. And let's take a look at scoring plays for your Hardin County Tigers in this game tonight.
Hardin County won the toss, and they elected to receive. They go 10 plays, 71 yards, 12-yard touchdown pass from Aiden Coleman to Wyke. The extra point was no good. That gave Hardin County an early 6-0 lead. After a turnover on downs by Jackson Southside, Hardin County goes 11 plays, 80 yards, with a 9-yard rushing touchdown by Jacob Saunders. The 2-point conversion was no good. That extends Hardin County's lead to 12-0. And then after 10 plays, White comes up with a huge interception, giving the ball back to Hardin County, where we go 7 plays, 79 yards, and a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Carter Pigg. The 2-point conversion was good to Heath Hardin to extend Hardin County's lead to 20-0. Jackson Southside then goes 6 plays and then failed to convert on a fake punt, giving the ball back to Hardin County, where we go 2 plays, 25 yards. Aiden Coleman takes it in from 12 yards out after a failed 2-point conversion. That extends Hardin County's lead to 26-0. And then after a turnover on downs, Hardin County then executes a 2-minute drill very well. They go 5 plays, 37 yards, a 6-yard touchdown pass to Wyke, and a failed 2-point conversion. And that closed out the first half with Hardin County leading 32-0. And then right out of the gate, after 8 plays on the first drive Jackson Southside had in the second half, Baylor Rasback comes up with a huge interception, but Hardin County is unable to get anything done. Goes 6 plays, turn the ball over on downs, and then after a punt, or after a couple exchange punts, Southside strikes for their only score of the game. They go 5 plays, 73 yards with a 22-yard touchdown pass. And then with the running clock, that's where time expired. Hardin County comes up with a big win, 32-7 over Jackson Southside.
Yeah, congratulations to the seniors as well. And we haven't mentioned all their names tonight. Baylor Rasback, Brody Ivy, Chris Kinney, Riley Head, Peyton Holt, Jacob Saunders, Alex Bowen, Parker Gerald, Landon Murphy, Reed Head, Cooper Townley, Caden Ford, Riley McCain, Tayson Johnson, Brenton Ward, Garrick Seitz, and Kexa Yorisha. All the seniors. So wanted to be sure we mention them. Well, we talked about in the pregame show, we needed to put some complementary football together, both offensively and defensively. You could see the offense getting better and better each and every week, and just would run out of steam, seemed like in the second half. Kirk, this time, just seems like you said, they came out, seemed like whatever the coaches told them, go out there, have fun, play free, and they did. And they capitalized on that against a team, like you said, that was picked to beat us by a couple of scores.
Well, that all year they given us glimpses of what, they can do. It was mistake-prone ball that kept them in trouble in these games that we lost. They just wouldn't, they put 3 first downs together and looking really sharp, and then get a holding penalty, and then get a snap over the head, or something like that just ruined the drive. But you could see, in that first 2 or 3 series that they, it was there if they could just, play mistake-free. And this game they did. I mean, on both sides of the ball, they didn't give up really anything until the second team got playing time towards the end of the game. Offense was freed up. I mean, they just looked looser. Quarterback threw the ball with more authority. I've seen him underthrow several throws this year, which is an indication of being tense and tight and nervous about the throw. But tonight, everybody looked like they were freewheeling tonight and just letting it go, letting it all hang out. And they did. I'm like you. I'm tickled to death for them because you need some reward, which is a win. After you put all that work from August up until this point in time. I mean, we start with them, Steve, and it's so hot, we're burning up. We got trying to find air conditioning, and then by the time it's over, it's all cooled up and want long sleeves. So that's a lot of work these guys put in, and I'm happy for them tonight getting that win.
Kendall, defensively, one of the things that seemed to be a problem was tackling, and really the want to come up and make tackles. A lot of times they were in the right position to make a tackle for a loss or whatever. But tonight, they came out and kind of laid the wood to Southside.
Yeah, they delivered hits all night. I think the one word that Kirk loves the most is convergence. And, you saw multiple maroon jerseys at the point of contact in several occasions, and had several big turnovers. Could have had another interception there with Adams there at the end. Just all around a great team win. Obviously with the outside chatter of everybody wants to point at the record, and it's like Kurt just said, it's a long road of putting in work, and then, every week you kind of get drummed on a Friday night and you have to turn around and do it again, and everybody in the community really just kind of sees the surface. And these guys have, been bleeding and sweating and powering through it. So just a great win for them tonight. I'm so happy for them, and hopefully we can go over to Lexington in a big rivalry game and get another big win.
Yeah, sets up, believe it or not, another game between 2 really powerhouses in our district for a long time. They just happen to be on the bottom of it this time, but they'll be fighting for another playoff spot. I didn't know that we were going to be talking about that at this point, but they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot next week in Lexington.
Well, is it true? I've heard that we'll play Pearl Cone
Well, Pearl Cone's got to play Marshall. Marshall is undefeated over there, and there's a good possibility you could go to Marshall County.
I was just curious because, you know, it kind of pokes everybody's ears up when you say Pearl Cone. Really a really good Middle Tennessee football program. And but if I was one of these guys and I had a chance to get another game in that playoff.
You play for that extra game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who
it could be
play.
the Titans.
That's
you don't
right.
care.
That's exactly right.
You get an extra game, and tonight, hopefully it resides with these seniors that tonight's the last night that those cleats are going to touch this grass. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm 10 years out of it, and I'd give anything to put those cleats back on and get back out there.
Well, me and Steve are 15 years out of it. And
just 15?
we're 15 years out, and I don't know if I could even bend over to put the cleats on.
You know, Pearl versus the Titans may be a good game.
I don't know. You know, I think over there, Marshall County seems to be the stuff over there right now. Pearl's lost a couple of games. Of course, they play a difficult schedule, but we've had to go over there before. It's interesting to go.
You're talking about just circumstance, and when they changed these districts up to where we would go play Middle Tennessee teams versus having to go to Memphis against the powerhouse teams that were over there, we were tickled to death that we were going to get to go to Middle Tennessee. Little did we know when all that happened, some of the strongest, most improved football has been in Middle Tennessee. And some of those teams now, I mean, a lot of these teams in Middle Tennessee, they're putting 10 or 12 guys in Division I college football off of these teams in Middle Tennessee. So it's kind of ironic. That be careful what you wish for, you might get it. And we wished for it, we got it, and now we're playing against some really tough competition in Middle Tennessee.
Well, I hope we'll get an opportunity to do it again. I mean, that'll be an exciting time next week. Lexington is a tough place to play. They're prideful about their Red Tigers over there, just as proud of them as we are of our Maroon Tigers. And this has been a heated matchup, goes back years. I mean, probably the biggest rival.
It's almost too like there's consequences to that Lexington game every year.
Yeah.
And no different this year now. I mean, what is their record?
It's 3-5.
Yeah, I think they've only won one district game. They've had a tough year too.
So I mean that makes you be able to believe going into that matchup that we beat Jackson, let's beat Lexington, and
short week though.
I'm telling you though, the mental aspect of it and that confidence that you can get from a win like this and make you believe in what you're doing, it can change an outlook in a week of where you may have been down and depressed and we're no good, and turn that around into believing in something and, just see a new side to them.
Well, they believe tonight. They win senior night here at Jim Carroll Stadium, 32-7 over the Southside Hawks, and that sets up the big game next week for a playoff berth over in Lexington, Tennessee. That game will be on a Thursday night, Halloween night. You can catch it all right here on 93.5 FM. Airtime will be 6:40. Kickoff time, 7 p.m. Be sure to stay to tune in the morning for Sports Talk at 9 a.m. right here on 93.5 FM. So for Ashton at the station, Brad on the camera, Kendall, Kurt, I'm Steve Cornell saying so long, Tiger fans. They tell me up at the station they can tell by my cadence.